So this is not the video I intended to post this week. In case you can't tell, we are not in my usual setting. We're in my bedroom today. See my bed in the mirror. Because this is where my desk is and this is where I work when I'm writing. And obviously I'm not wearing any makeup, because I'm sort of filming this video on a spur of the moment. So I've decided with this video to start this sort of reading vlog series, because I feel like there's not enough videos on YouTube of writers documenting their experiences with the writing process. And I know that I have felt very isolated in this writing process, as if my struggles are my own and they're things that other authors don't experience, which I know is very untrue. I know a lot of other authors struggle with editing and self-doubt, but I feel like there's not a lot of videos documenting that. And I'm filming this today because I'm having one of those particularly hard times of self-doubt. And there's something I want to talk about because I feel like it's not something I see a lot of videos about. And I don't know, I think it's kind of an important topic for writers to talk about. And that is those times when, as a writer, you realize that a rewrite and not just an edit, like a massive rewrite, are necessary. So if it wasn't obvious from that, over the past few days I have unfortunately realized that the Prismatic Legacy is in desperate need of a pretty substantial rewrite. Without giving too much away, I felt that the plot was a little bit too weak, almost, and that another subplot needed to be added in. Which of course means that there's gonna have to be pretty substantial cutting, editing, and rewriting, which is frustrating and disheartening, because I thought I was closer to the end of writing this book than I am. And now I've kind of gone back to the drawing board of having a massive poster board with post-its stuck to it with all my key plot points on it. And I sort of have one color for the old plot drawn out, and then these two colors for the new plot. These are plot events that I know I want to happen, and these are things that I'm thinking should happen in the new plot. I'm not sure yet. So I'm trying to write those out right now and stick them on there. It is a very frustrating process to realize that you have to do a massive rewrite on your book. And over the past few days I have been struggling with whether or not I should go through with it, especially because I was in the middle of a beta reading cycle, meaning that when I decided I was going to go through this rewrite, I had to email everybody who was beta reading for me and tell them that I didn't need their help anymore for the time being, because I was having to rewrite my whole book, which in some ways is sort of embarrassing for me, and that was part of the reason I didn't want to do the rewrite. Part of it is that I thought I was ready to start sharing this story with the world, and I clearly wasn't. And just who wants to have to rewrite 3/4 of their book? And I'm sure this is something that doesn't happen to every author, and I'm sure it won't happen to people who are, unlike me, plotters. I've said in videos before that I'm more of a plantser. That's not going to be the case in the future. Don't want to have to go through this ever again with any of the other books in the Legacy saga. So I have officially converted to being a plotter through and through. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to flesh out the finer details of the new plot and see where I can salvage pieces and chunks and chapters of the old plot with minimal changes. I don't imagine this will be a particularly long video because I'm not going to show you the board I have up. I keep looking at it. In case you're wondering why I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the board. I'm not going to show it to you because obviously it's the plot of my first book. So I guess I'm sort of making this video and talking more to reassure myself, but also to reassure any of you who might be watching this, and coming to terms with the fact that this process is going to be a lot more difficult and sometimes a lot longer than you originally anticipated. As I've said before, I've been working on TPL for many years of my life. Only seriously buckling down the intention to be an author for about 1.5 years, 2 years now though. And I thought I would have this book written in about 3 years, which doesn't look like it's going to be the case anymore. So I guess this video is just a way of saying, hey, you out there like me, 1, become a plotter. You might think it works for you better to be a pantser or a plantser, but it doesn't. It's way better to plot it out all ahead of time and see any of these glaring issues beforehand. And if you're in this boat where you're realizing you have to do these substantial rewrites, then that's okay. Me too. And maybe this will start a conversation about, I don't know, I guess I want to know in the comments, you can let me know if you've gone through the same process of realizing you have to do a pretty substantial rewrite, but you decide to go through with it for the sake of creating a better product for your future readers, one that people will actually care about and resonate with, and that will be powerful and impactful, and not something that feels rushed or weak or lazy. It's not fun, but sometimes you have to do what's right for you and the integrity of the art that you create. And that sometimes can include doing the hard things like rewriting 3/4 of your book. Alright guys, I'm gonna get back to figuring out the details of my new plot. But I guess that is all for you guys. Hopefully you have a better time writing today than I am. Bye guys.